Hey guys, welcome back to a Tarot Tale. I hope you're doing really well as always. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's been supporting my channel, who has stayed with me, subscribed, liked, just viewed any of my videos. I know I've said in the last couple of videos I'm going to try to do regular videos, but to be honest, I just sort of have to honor, I guess, my own journey. Like if I don't feel sort of up to doing a reading, I'm sort of not in a groove with the readings, I don't just want to do a reading sort of just for the sake of it. I want to be in a decent place when I do a reading. There's just that internal conflict, like I was talking about last time, about how many people actually get value sort of from these readings that actually help them to learn and grow and to heal, versus how many people are these readings sort of just enabling to have obsessions with specific people and not actually sort of work on themselves and use their own intuition. And obviously that's not everybody, but that is some people. So I do want to try to still do readings that cater to people who like these kinds of readings, but I do want to have some focus on healing and growth, especially with the twin flame concept, twin flames in general. For anyone who's familiar, the twin flames are one soul. Your twin flame is you. There's no separation. So, you really need to have that self-love, for that external person to have that love for you. It's really a journey of the self. So I want a bit more focus on that today, just because I haven't done a reading in a little bit, and to get more sort of information and value in each pile. I'm just going to do 2 piles. I feel like when I do 3, sometimes it's a little bit short. If I do 2, then I can get, a bit more info into each. So this is going to be either twin flame, soulmate, karmic, whatever, but I will sort of use, labels as sort of I see fit to cater to the people that I think watch these videos. It's going to be sort of how is this person feeling about you, what they want you to know. And I feel like I want to also get like what blocks are sort of currently present. So what is blocking you from, coming into sort of union with this person or into a connection. Just spraying some of this Spellcaster Sage Smudge Room Spray, which I find super handy because I do have asthma, so the spray is quite good for me. So this is going to be, think about your person, this is going to be for pile number 1. This is going to be for pile number 2. So I'm going to get stuck straight in for pile number 1. Let's see how this person is currently feeling about you and what they want you to know. I'm not going to do reversals because I don't feel like I need to. If there's a different connotation other than the one that's sort of most common, then I'll pick it up intuitively. So we've got here justice. So first off, how this person is feeling about you. They feel, when I say justice, I always feel like injustice. I always feel that it's they want to bring justice. They feel like there is no justice. Especially they're holding these cards in their hand and they're sort of falling down to the ground. Also, when you see this sort of scale here, there's like on one side there's like a feather, and then the other side looks like there's jewels or something that's a lot heavier. So they want you to know that they know either you or them has sort of put either more or less into this connection. And I'm feeling more so it's that the viewer, you have put more into the connection. They very much know that things are not even at this point. So I feel like for many of you, you've been in a relationship with this particular person before. For some, it could be casual or very, like fleeting, but I'm feeling for many of you, there was a relationship at least sort of 3 months plus, or, a year or even years with this particular person. I feel like a lot of things have happened between you that require justice to be, served, to be brought into the situation. They want you to know that they're aware that things are not balanced. They're aware that you're not happy with them. You're not happy with the current situation. You're not happy with how things went. I'm getting that this person took you for granted and they know this. They may have not admitted it previously, but I feel like they definitely know this now. I feel like for some of you, if you are seeing white feathers, then this could be a sign that your person is thinking about you. That's when they're really thinking about the things that went wrong in the relationship. They're really thinking like, wow, this person put so much into this connection, and, you know, in comparison, I wasn't really giving that much. It's not even as much. I'm getting like they're saying 100% they'll come forward and give justice or give more into the connection or apologize. At this stage, I'm at least getting they're thinking about this. They're at least thinking about it. They're aware of it. Like, I feel like you said to them, like, you know, I'm putting in all this effort and you're not putting in anything. And it's like they're aware of it now. They know it, whether they've admitted it to you or not. Yeah, and we've got here Queen of Cups. So this person wants you to know that they do see you as a very nurturing person, very loving, somebody who just is always giving, is such a selfless individual. And I feel like with the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is somebody that their cup is full and they do have a lot to give to other people. And that's what I was really talking about in the beginning of this reading, about the twin flame journey in particular being a journey of the self. But even if you view this as your soulmate or karmic or no label at all, you still do need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. And I feel like they want to say to you that they don't love themselves. This person's cup is not full. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't really love myself that much, but I can still love someone else. It's like, absolutely, you can still love somebody else, but you won't love them to the fullest extent. It's like somebody who doesn't love themselves won't receive compliments. They'll hesitate. They won't be themselves in the connection. They will push people away. They will do things that hurt the other person. So they'll love them in a way, but they will be hurting them in other ways. So they see you as somebody with your cup full. They know that you have this overflow of love. They know that you are a very loving person. They know that they've hurt you. They know that you're extremely, you know, emotional, that you feel things very deeply. It's like you, the viewer, I feel you're extremely intuitive. You're very in touch with your emotions, whether you're, you know, male or female, however you identify. You're just a very emotional person. You're somebody who feels things extremely deeply and you're very empathetic. This person, they don't have that in the same way, and that's why it's taken them so long to figure things out. At times we think like, oh, surely like this person sees things the way I see them. Surely they see I'm putting in all the effort. But sometimes people don't see that. It's like they don't have enough self-love for themselves to even have that self-love for anyone else. It's like if they don't care about themselves, they don't think about their own needs, their own feelings, then it's like, how are they going to be in tune with your feelings? How are they going to know what you're thinking and feeling? And you may feel that it's extremely obvious, like they should know that. I'm just getting like you were really angry. Like they should have known by your facial expressions you were angry, you weren't yourself. I feel like it took a lot out of you, this connection, and they know that. But it's like they don't have this self-love sort of that you do. You may feel you don't even love yourself fully, but your cup is definitely more full than what theirs is. So how else are they feeling about you, or what do they want you to know? Yeah, Temperance. So with this, I definitely get either strong soulmate or twin flame type connection with Temperance, but only take that if it resonates and you already feel that about your connection. It could just be a confirmation. But Temperance is really about balance. It's really about the yin and the yang, balancing out the energies, complementing other people. It's that, you know, last piece of the puzzle fitting in sort of just right. This person wasn't balanced. They weren't stable, but it's like they know that you could have brought balance to this connection, or you can bring balance to this connection, because if a lot of time's gone past and they're thinking about justice now, like, you know, they should have given more to the connection. It's because if you are sort of one soul with them, or you have a deep connection with them, they're really feeling this out of alignment. They are feeling, it's like you need to feel complete on your own. You need to feel whole, like nothing is missing to attract that person into your life. But it's like they don't have that. They do feel a bit of emptiness, this person on their own and without you. They don't feel like, you know, they're balanced. It's like they're too much, I feel like they're too much in the masculine energy and not enough in the feminine energy. This person is very logical. They're not like a massive dreamer. They're not somebody that's super spiritual. I feel like they see you as somebody who is like this angelic being, this, you know, sort of angel in their life, somebody that's so loving, so giving, that you have this sort of selfless innocence about you, and they feel like they're more rough around the edges and they don't have that nurturing side. They don't have that natural calm sort of balance about them. I feel their mind is a bit more scattered. They have a lot more sort of stress thinking about 3D types of things. I'm also getting, I feel for some of you that this person has a temper and you feel like they were quite angry, and I feel that they think about you because you did sort of help temper and balance out this person's, you know, more angry sort of side. That's sort of what they're thinking about, you know, at this time. But I do feel because of that lack of self-love, it's like they feel like they need sort of you to be balanced. They're really feeling something is missing within themselves, and really what's missing is them. It's like they don't check in with themselves enough. They're not aware of how they're even feeling about things half the time. Like, I feel like this bringing justice to this connection, wanting to or thinking they should have, or just seeing the way that things are, they're sort of just cottoning onto this so late, like so long after this connection had ended. Right, I'm going to get some oracle cards now for sort of what they want you to know or how they're feeling about you. Yeah, so we've got here by the book. So they want you to know that they are somebody who maybe they do sort of do things by the book, or maybe they want to. It's like if there's somebody that, you know, they're somebody that doesn't do things by the book, I think they want to, or vice versa. I'm also getting they do things by the book. Like they're quite conventional. They don't really believe in out there sort of deep spiritual connections. That seems like a very far-fetched woo-woo sort of concept to this person. Especially with 11, I feel like if this person sort of sees like signs or gets feelings, you know, about this connection, like I feel if they think about you and they miss you and they think this could have been my person, I could have, you know, had a family with them, they were really part of my tribe, we had this deep sort of connection, they sort of like push that down and sort of try to ignore it. It's like they see it as, well, if you dated for a year and the sort of things didn't work, then it's like they didn't work and that's it. They're not they didn't sort of see it in the way of, I feel like they're starting to see it a bit more now, but they didn't sort of see it in the way of like, this could be a connection they're going to keep being drawn to, and they have to actually change something about the way they're acting to make it work, and they actually could achieve that. They were just feeling like, you know, they have to be very sort of by the book. I'm also getting, for some of you, it could be that you may be with someone else and this person feels like they need to be by the book and that they can't say anything to you about how they feel or these realizations because you're with somebody else. And they're more sort of a bit old school in that way. We've got here flexible. I feel like with this, it's that this is how they see you. They see you as somebody that's really flexible. They see you as somebody that's really, you know, adventurous. You're somebody who can really, you can really sort of adapt well into new situations, sort of whatever's happening. You can sort of make things fit. You can make things work for the current situation. I feel like this person maybe didn't compromise very much in the relationship. You feel like their schedule wasn't flexible, they weren't flexible, they weren't as open to change. It was very much this is the way they sort of do things and that's it. I feel like though this person's trying to be more flexible, especially with temperance, I feel like this person's trying to get into balance a little bit more. I was going to pull another card from that deck, but I'm not feeling it. I actually got out a deck I haven't used in a while. It's the Angel Dreams Oracle cards. For some reason, I just thought, oh, I'm going to get these out, especially for people who, you know, you've just been having some dreams lately. You're wondering what they mean. Or there just might be a cool sort of message in here for you. So we've got here winter, reflection, transition, and release. So this person, I feel they could have gone through a transition or sort of released you in winter or you released them. Where I am in Australia, you know, we've just been going through winter. It's been extremely, you know, cold. We've just hit August here. It's still quite cold. I feel like it's rather than them thinking about you in the winter though, or something happening, starting or stopping in the winter, I feel like it's more so they're feeling sort of cold. They're feeling that energy of being without you, longing. Maybe they're in a position where they're not with anybody right now, or they were and that person left them, or that person's screwing them around. That's sort of making them want to change. It's naturally making them go through a transition period because they're feeling like they're left out in the cold, things are turning to crap. It's making them actually reflect and think about how they were cold towards you. It's making them think about really how they treated you. It's making them think about the connection as a whole. I feel like it is making them want to communicate. I don't know at this stage if I'm feeling like they're ready at this particular point, but they're definitely thinking about it. It's like something has happened to them recently where they feel left out in the cold by somebody. Somebody said something to them that was a bit cold. They're just not in the predicament in life that they want to be in. They're not as happy as what they could potentially be. And it's making them really think about the fact that they let this connection go. But it's like they're still thinking about it. What else? We've got angels, support, and guidance. So I feel like it's a confirmation they see you as like an angel. They do see you as somebody who is like higher guidance for them. You're somebody that gives them higher guidance. You bring them higher guidance. It's like you're the person I feel like gives them really great advice. Also with support and guidance, it's really saying that, you know, the angels are a higher power. You know, somebody or something is trying to support and help this person. It could also be that they need to ask for help. There could be somebody in their life that is helping them. It could also be that you are getting signs about this particular connection as well, that maybe you're not really aware of these signs when you're seeing them or when they're coming through. Especially if you're feeling cold towards this person or there's any resentment, you definitely will be blocking some of the messages from coming through because you won't be as open. But I feel that definitely someone is trying to help this individual at this particular time. But overall, I feel like they are seeing you in a good way. They see you as somebody that's very beautiful, somebody that's very, deep down, you're a very gentle person. I mean, no one's perfect, but your general personality, I feel like, you're fairly like free spirited, you know, you like to laugh, joke, have fun, you know, a sweet person, a nurturing, caring sort of person, and they still very much see you and view you in this particular way. But more so something recently, like I said, whether someone has broken up with them, whether they're just not feeling happy, they're going through some kind of depression, maybe somebody did give them guidance or support, and it's sort of made them, whatever that person said, it's made them think about this connection at this particular point in time. So I want to see what is potentially blocking this connection. I want to see what's blocking it from their side and what's also blocking it from your side as well. So what is sort of blocking them from coming forward towards you? We've got here silenced. So I feel like for some, if they are with somebody else, I feel like they can't, or if you're with somebody else, they feel like, you know, their mouth is sort of sewn shut. It's like they can't say what they want to say. They can't because, you know, they do things by the book. They would rather wait until you're sort of single, you know, and on the market. Also with silence, it could be that you've blocked them. You've said to them, I don't want to talk to you at this particular time. Maybe this person has tried to speak to you, but it's like you didn't really want to hear them out. So they just felt like that wall kind of, you know, coming up in front of them. I'm getting with winter for some of you, it could be at the moment they are left out in the cold in the sense that you have, you know, given them the flick. You're not speaking to them. So they sort of feel like for some of you, it's like they know where you're at and they know there's maybe no point or it's not the best sort of time at the moment to come forward. I'm also getting for others, it's just this person's torturing themselves. They're the one silencing themselves. It's like there is a bit of ego. They won't let themselves admit to what they know. It is a little bit of sort of ego, immaturity, pride, whatever word you want to use. It's like they don't have, like I said, enough self-love to care about themselves to sort of have the balls to actually come forward and admit fault to somebody about something they have done. Let's see what is blocking you from this connection. What is blocking you from this connection? Got here misguided, and this one popped up, so I'm going to grab that as well. We've got here disillusioned. So I feel like what's stopping you is I feel like you're not seeing the signs, how I said earlier about you could be getting signs about them and you're not seeing them. I feel like you do feel misguided, you're not seeing the light, disillusioned, so you feel like you don't know if this connection's real, you don't know if this person feels the same. You're not trusting the connection, you're not trusting your intuition, what you know and feel enough to actually see the signs, to integrate that information, to then actually move forward and do anything about it. You don't know if you're being misguided, you're on the wrong path. I feel like with the Angels card, support and guidance I feel like is coming forward for the both of you, but it's extremely difficult if you're both not seeing that. So they could be just blatantly ignoring it, pushing it down, they're not entertaining their feelings at all. But for you, it's more like you'll notice the signs, but then you feel disillusioned by it. You don't know what's real and what isn't. Even if you might see a sign, like, I mean, it can happen to me. I can see a sign 100 times, but I can still doubt it for some reason. It's like you don't know if you feel like you see that light at the end of the tunnel, but you're like, is this my light? Is this my direction? Is this where I should be? It's like you have this feeling that, you know, something could be wrong, and it can be, that's just an issue about, you know, trusting your own intuition. So For the viewer, definitely self-love, more trust in yourself, in the messages that you're getting, the knowledge that you're getting. Sometimes you have to just trust what you're feeling and what you're getting, go with it, and honestly just really see what happens. Sometimes it's like you're never going to know 100% without a shadow of doubt, you know, if that's like the real deal or not, if that's the right path for you, if that's something you should be entertaining, unless, you know, you do actually entertain it. So it's like with anything, unless you try it, you don't know if it's going to be for you. So I feel like for some of you guys, you know, if you'd like to try to follow, you know, your gut instincts and your intuition, see where it leads you. And I feel like that's going to help you, I feel, get out of a rut as well. I feel like just getting signs and thinking, is it for me, is it not for me, going back and forth with those thoughts, it's not really helping you in the overall. So I'm going to get a couple of messages from this person of what they want to say to you. So I've got here, I look at your picture often, so either online or a picture that they already have that you have sent them. Yeah, it could be a picture on any of your social medias. I'm getting for a lot of you, it could be a display photo, either on, you know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, something like that. For most, I'm getting social media, but for some, I am getting it is a tangible picture they actually have that you have sent them, or a picture that you or them have taken of the two of you when you were together. And they look at this picture often. And one more message. I just want you to be happy. So that's nice. So this person, although they do have a bit of an ego, at the end of the day, this person does just want you to be happy. This person is feeling like at the end of the day, they want you to be happy. That could also be why they feel silenced. They could feel like they've caused enough stress and heartache in your connection already. So it's not going to allow them to come forward because they feel like, you know, they've already caused, you know, so much stress that at the moment it's like they can't say what they're feeling because they don't want to risk, you know, hurting you any more than what they already have. So let me know if this resonates for pile number 1. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Welcome for pile number 2. We're going to see how this person is currently feeling about you, what they want you to know. Then we'll get some things that are blocking your connection, and then some messages to finish off what they want to say to you. So what do they want you to know first of all? Wow, again, justice. That's trippy. That literally came out in the first pile. So for some of you, pile 1 could resonate with you as well. It's worth checking it out, but it may not. So justice here. So this person's thinking about justice. They're thinking about the balance of your connection. I feel like for some of you, you are in contact with this person at the moment. And I feel like it is sort of that runner-chaser dynamic. Maybe there's phases where they're calling you more or you're calling them more. It's a very sort of up and down yo-yo type of connection. There's not sort of a lot of, you know, stability. It's like someone's sort of feeling jibbed. Like you may sort of be calling them, contacting them all the time. They sort of ignore you. Then when they decide they want to sort of, you know, contact you, and maybe you give them the cold shoulder because you think, well, they've been ignoring me this whole time. Then if you don't sort of respond back to their email or text straight away, then they sort of crack it, and, you know, then they sort of just stop messaging you. So I feel like it is a bit of sort of an up and down thing at the moment. I feel like sort of one or both of you, like, you're not happy with how the connection's going. You're not happy with, I'm just hearing like jibbed. It's like, if you feel like you're getting the shit end of the stick, it's like that keeps going through your mind. It's like somebody's always feeling like the other person, you know, has it better. So they're thinking about justice. They're thinking about how the balance is off, and they're definitely aware of this. They're aware that that's the case. So what else do they want you to know, and how do they feel about you? So we've got here the Seven of Wands. So I feel like this is a sort of a decent indication of sort of what they want to do, because the Seven of Wands can definitely be someone that's quite defensive. Like if you say, why do I always have to pick the restaurant that we go out to? Why am I always the one addressing issues with you? Why am I the one always calling you? They get defensive about it, but it's like at the end of the day, they know that it's true, and it's like they are going to, and they do want to. For many of you, they want to push through this. The Seven of Wands is someone that's quite fiery, someone that's determined, they're action orientated, they really want to dig their heels in and push through any obstacles that come up. So I feel like they want you to know that they want to push through these obstacles. They know the way that things are between the two of you, and they want to change it. They definitely want things to be better than what they are. It's like they don't want to be unhappy in the situation, and they don't want you to be unhappy in the situation either. Also feeling this card as well. So first off, we've got here the Five of Swords. So yeah, I feel like they want to overcome all obstacles, and with the Five of Swords, I feel like they want you to know that it isn't just like they're getting away with the things that they're doing. It is affecting them, because this is a lot of conflict, can be a lot of like verbal conflict, verbal sort of fights, arguments, that kind of thing, pettiness, ego, somebody trying to win an argument. They want you to know that it's like, even when they do act petty and they do act in their ego, that it still is affecting them. It's like they're defensive, and they feel a need to defend themselves because they know that they've done something wrong, or they know that they're doing something wrong at the time. So they're definitely really thinking about this. They're thinking about the way things are. They're thinking about how they treat you, the way you treat them. They don't want either of you to be in this situation anymore. They want to actually be proactive with the Seven of Wands. They want to be action orientated. They want to be solution focused, for a better word. They want a solution to this problem, because they don't want things to be in that up down yo-yo predicament. I feel like it's taking a toll mentally on the both of you. So the High Priestess here. So this is somebody that is extremely intuitive, but it's somebody that they do keep some things hidden. So it's like if somebody has a lot of talents, they have a lot of knowledge, they have a lot of skills, up their sleeve. They're somebody that they don't want to give it all away so quickly. I feel like you, the viewer, could be quite intuitive. You could be quite like this, like you're a lot more intelligent than what you let on. You may sort of get to know people, and your personality comes out very gradually. But this person wants you to know that they do have an intuitive side, and they can sort of see, what's the word? They can sort of see, past the illusion. They can see between the lines. They're trying to use their intuition at the moment to really figure out what to do. I feel like either you or them have really tried the same approach. You've done the same thing over and over to try to fix this situation. It hasn't worked. So they're trying to think about something else. And I feel like there's something that they're not telling you. There's something you don't know about them that is going to play out in this connection. I feel like it's honestly more so, I don't usually see the High Priestess like this, but I feel like it is more so that they do have sort of like a plan. And I just looked at the bottom of the deck, which I don't always, and I saw the Wheel of Fortune. So, it's about destiny. It's about getting the wheel moving, getting things moving again, especially in a better, new and fresh direction. So There's something that they're hiding. There's something that they know about, or there's something that they know about that's going to help them push this forward, push this connection forward. So that's quite interesting. What else do they want you to know? So we've got here happy, happy. So they want you to know that you make them extremely happy, and they want you to know that it's like you are really the key to this person's happiness. It's like when you've spent time together, or you've dated, you did unlock a sort of happiness within them that they didn't even know was possible. I feel like being overly happy, sort of positive, really upbeat sort of wasn't really this person's thing as much. I feel like every day was sort of more dull and boring. And it's like they may have told you this, like, you make my day so much more interesting. You make my life, so much better. Things feel so much more exciting. Like, I feel alive. Like, I haven't felt like this with anybody before. It's like every day with you, you really felt like a celebration. Even just communicating, talking, just, simple little things that you were doing made this person extremely, extremely happy. This person, I feel they have a lot of deep, emotions for you. And I feel like in a way, it's like either knowingly or unknowingly, they're trying to manifest this connection. And I feel like it's more knowingly. Like they're trying to manifest how to fix the current issues. I feel like they want this happiness again. So a fork in the road. So I feel like they're coming up to a fork in the road, or there's been a fork in the road, and they know, like I said, that you guys can't just keep doing the same thing. It's like they need to, when that fork in the road comes, if they've always been going left, they need to go right. Or if they've been going right, they need to go left. They need to choose a new direction. They need to do something differently, say something different, do something different, be someone different. Put out an energy that is different, that makes you see and feel that something's going to be different. It's like they want that happiness that you guys once had, and that does exist between the two of you, that deep connection that brings that happiness out. They want that stability. And I feel like that they're going to do what it takes, like with the Seven of Wands. They're going to dig their heels in, they're going to do the work, they're going to do what it takes, they're going to go down this other road, even if it does feel like a little bit more challenging, even if it does feel like it's a little bit harder, or even if it takes a little bit more time. It's like they want to do it. I feel like they're going to do it. We've got here all that glitters. I feel like they want you to know that there's more to them than just their physical appearance. If this person loves cars, jewelry, doing their hair, that sort of stuff, things that you see physically aren't sort of what it seems. If they seem like they're happy without you, they don't care, they're with someone else, and that person is like, a prize to them. That person's got money, or they've both got money, they've both got a business, something like that. There's more than just the physical appearance, especially with the High Priestess. There are things that are hidden that you don't see. This person does, to an extent, maybe get defensive. They do put up a mask. They only sort of show what they want you to see. It's like all you sort of know and see of people at times can be what they're showing. But obviously you can try to see between the lines, use your intuition. But I mean, no one's perfect, and people don't always see every single thing. They want you to know that sort of underneath the physical, the way they act, what they wear, if they're really sort of a bit materialistic, there's more than meets the eye to them. There's like more sort of underneath it all. I'm getting to that also with the High Priestess, that they're more sort of spiritual than what they're letting on. In part one, I didn't feel like the person was very spiritual. I feel like this person does have a spiritual side, either naturally or you helped sort of bring that out of them. I'm also getting for some of you that they could want to give you something that is worth something and that means a lot, that you can actually keep forever, or that they're looking at something that you gave to them, or there's something they gave to you and they're hoping that you still have it, like jewelry or even like a photo frame with, you know, a picture in it or something. Getting that for some of you. But I'm definitely getting that when they think about you, they do think about the conflict. They do sometimes think about the pettiness and the arguments and things that bother them about you and about them and about how you are together. But at the end of the day, ultimately, the happiness and the joy that you've brought to their life does override any of the negative. They do ultimately see you as somebody that's made them happier than they ever thought that they could be. So I want to see with the twin flame, actually no, I'm not going to go into the twin flame shadows just yet. I'm going to go into the dream deck. So if you've been having any dreams about them, maybe let's see what they mean. Maybe you're going to have a dream about them. Maybe this could be a daydream. Wow, I got winter again in pile 1 again. Maybe check out pile 1 for some of you. There may be some, you know, key sort of messages, but this card, it's just a bit weird sometimes when I'm using, you know, different decks and there's so many cards in each and the exact same card comes out in both piles. So it could be a synchronicity. But especially I feel like with sort of the arguments and stuff, they, like I said it earlier, they want to get out of that cold energy. Winter is very cold. It's very frozen in time. Things aren't moving between the two of you because, you know, you haven't gone down a new direction. They haven't gone down, you know, a new path. Obviously, if people are doing the same things, the same outcome is just going to happen. Maybe for some of you, you're waiting for them to do something different and they see this. They see where the connection is stuck. I feel like they know they need to release things from the past, maybe ego, pettiness, resentment. Maybe it's like if you try to talk to this person about issues or they talk to you and you naturally get in arguments, they know this has to stop, this has to change, this has to be released in order to push this connection forward. For some of you, you could have a dream about winter. You could have just dreams where you're reflecting, you know, about them. You could have dreams about transitions, about just doing things you wouldn't normally do, and I feel like that is really a good sign. So if anyone's been having sort of weird dreams lately, I feel like that's a good thing. Like, it's a good thing when things are changing. When things aren't the same as what they've always been, then it means, you know, people are growing, things are happening. I'm going to get this card came out as well. So we've got school and lessons. So for some of you, you know, it may benefit to maybe even try to work through sort of like things that you've been through this person, and the same for them as well. Like they could be really learning their lessons. They could be I feel like for some it could be that they're studying or learning to better themselves, but I'm also feel like for the both of you that in order for things to not be stuck and go down the same path, you both sort of really have to even write it down or just think about it, the main issues in the connection and what you could do about them. Like what lessons you've learned from those things. What did you learn about them? What did you learn about yourself? How can you, you know, do things differently the second time around? So I'm really getting with school and lessons. School, you know, is something that the average person goes to for a lot of their life. It's something long, it's very committal. So it's really that, you know, both of you have to make a strong commitment to each other. And I feel like this person does want to make that commitment with you. The final card we've got here is High Council. We've got evolution, information, and potential. So yeah, I feel like this connection, I feel like it's going to evolve. This could be something that you may dream about or have dreamt about. You may get information in dreams. I feel like this connection definitely does have potential to grow. You both have potential to rise above the current issues. I'm also getting that, you know, your spirit guides, your higher self, just a higher power in dreams is trying to give you information, or even in daydreams, just like during the day when you're just driving somewhere and something random sort of pops into your head. That is information that's actually going to help you with this particular person. You may think it's unrelated to them, but it actually is. So really pay attention to anything random that pops into your head, even if you just think, oh, it has nothing to do with them, you don't know how it fits. Write it down, and I feel like it will piece together, like you'll figure it out. I want to get from the twin flame shadows now, I want to block what's sort of blocking them from this connection, and then I want a card for you, the viewer, what is blocking you from being in this connection. So let's see what's blocking them from being in this connection. What's a shadow? What's something they need to work on? What's blocking them? So we've got here robotic. Yeah, so just doing the same thing all the time, which I've been, you know, saying throughout this whole reading. Robotic, just doing things by the book. Somebody that is just on autopilot. You just, get up, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, go to work, come home, watch TV, have dinner, whatever, go to bed. You're just doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like this person really needs to think outside of the box. Being robotic, doing the same thing all the time, is not doing them any favors whatsoever in this connection. And that's definitely something that's blocking them, and something that they know they'll have to work on. It's like you may say to them, oh, we do the same things all the time. Like when we spend time together, we don't do anything different. I want something new and interesting in our relationship. And they get sort of defensive and, act like you're ungrateful or not happy or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like they know it. They know that they have to be willing to step out of their comfort zone for this connection. So let's see what's blocking you from this connection. What's a shadow that you have or a block? What's blocking you from this connection currently? Judgmental. Okay, so either you're judgmental of yourself, you feel like what this person has said or done to you is a reflection of you, you're judging yourself harshly, there's not enough self-love here, or it could be judgmental towards them because you're judging them for not calling you, not messaging you, for not giving to the connection. Just judging them for the way they are it's really acting as a blindfold for you to see what the next step is and where to go next. Like if we're judging someone, we have resentment towards them, we don't feel good towards them, we're not going to be open to seeing how to fix the situation with them, because in the times where we need to be thinking, this is the solution, you're just thinking about this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing. But it's really about sort of what can you do. Maybe it can be a case of why they're doing what they're doing, but sometimes knowing why someone does the things that they do, it can help in a way, but the end result is still the same. So if you sort of want to be with this person, you know they've done something shitty and that's just what they've done, it's like you sort of need to make peace with it in a way to move forward. And it doesn't mean you have to keep letting them do shitty things, but it's like you at least have to make peace with things that they've done, the way that they are, obviously judging you, judging them, judging each other, that emotional conflict with the Five of Swords. It's definitely not going to help the situation. So definitely a softer approach is definitely needed, I'm getting, with this connection. So I'm going to finish off with 2 messages from your person. What do they want to say to you at this time? So I've got here, I've thought a lot about you lately. So recently in particular, this person's really been thinking about you. Maybe you feel like you haven't been speaking as much lately, or you don't speak at all. Maybe you haven't spoken for a long time, and recently, for whatever reason, you know, this person started thinking about you. Maybe something popped up on social media. Maybe they saw you out somewhere. Maybe it's just you just popped into their head randomly and they're thinking, wow, like I haven't thought about this person in a while. And then maybe you popped into their head again and they're sort of, it's making them intrigued to figure out why and to really sort of check up on you, see what you're doing, how you're going. So their mind is really on you at this particular point in time. So one more message, please, for what they want to say to you. See what they want to say to you. Wow, so I've got here, I can still feel you. So I'm getting for a lot of you, you definitely, you spent a lot of time with this person. I feel like there was chemistry and intimacy for some of you. Definitely a lot of affection, cuddling, kissing, things like that. Probably for majority of you, like a relationship. Definitely, you know, how long term it was or how casual it was doesn't matter. You spent a significant amount of time with this person, or the time you did spend with them, you connected deeply in a way that this person never forgot. It's like you made them feel in a way they've never felt. They're saying they can still feel you. They can still feel you. When I hear that, I think they can still feel you around. It's like when you spend time together and you can feel somebody, you know, when you're cuddling, you can really like feel them. When, you know, somebody's close to you, you can smell their perfume. It's very, it really sort of ties everything together. It's something that really sparks your memory. So it's like if they, you know, smell a perfume that smells like yours, it's like they can feel those intimate moments that you had. They can feel that time that you spend together. They can still feel you around and your energy. It's like you're very much still connected to them. And that's why I feel like they've been thinking a lot about you lately, because they can still feel you around and they still want you around. So let me know if this resonates with you guys. Thanks so much for watching for pile number 2. Yeah, let me know if you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.